All right, finished up a little Sunday fun day at the gym, and here's a quick one for you. I know the last one was really long. This one I'm going to try to get it done fast. So I was reading through the comments on that the last post with about kids making mistakes, and oh my God, Amy Bice, like how amazing are you? If you didn't read her comment, go down and read that. She talks about how in her classes, you know, they celebrate mistakes, man. It's like a celebration of a learning opportunity, and I love it. And that's why I always talk about classroom culture and how important it is to create that family for those kids, creating that space where kids can walk in and feel loved. I mean, as soon as they step foot into that classroom, they feel a sense of significance and that they matter. They're a part of something bigger than themselves. They want to be a part of it. Such a critical thing. And one of the easiest things I've ever done to create that in my classes, no matter what grade I was teaching or the subject matter, is when the kids come in, we greet them all at the door, we sit down, and before we start anything, we talk about what's going on in our life. We just spend a couple of seconds per kid. Every kid gets an opportunity. They say something that's going on, we give it one clap, we move to the next kid. Might take 3 or 4 seconds per kid, like under 3 minutes before we start the content. And it gives a kid opportunity just to connect, and you know, just like families do at the dinner table, they talk about what's going on, and that's what we do in our class. And every once in a while, a kid would talk about a mistake he made or a challenge that's going on in his life. I mean, he got in trouble at the house, something like that. And if it was something I thought we could help this kid solve, we would help them solve it. We would stop right there and say, all right, here we go. Let's focus on it. I would go back behind my desk where I had my roll of butcher paper. Anytime the butcher paper was delivered to the schoolhouse, I always stole the roll of yellow paper. That's mine. And I hid it under my desk, and I would rip off like 15 feet of butcher paper. I lay the whole thing out. Each kid gets a marker. They get on both sides of the butcher paper on the floor, and I would talk to the kid about the challenges going on in his life. And since we have a family and it's a safe space, and they feel that it's okay to be vulnerable, we talk about it openly. And then I tell the kids, okay, listen, the reason he's having a hard time trying to figure this out is because this is what my friend Jim McCarthy told me. He said, man, it's really hard to read the label from inside the bottle. And what that means, when you're in the mistake, when you're in the problem, you're in the challenge, you're just consumed with emotion, and it's hard to think critically and logically and rationally and be resourceful to come up with a solution when you're consumed with emotion. The rest of the class, man, we're not in the bottle. I'm not in trouble at your house. I'm not grounded for 6 months. It doesn't bother me. So I don't have that kind of emotion. So I can think rationally. I can think logically. I can come up with lots of solutions. And so can the rest of those kids. So we'll talk about the mistake. And I tell the kids, all right, everybody, here we go. Get your marker ready. You got 4 minutes and 12 seconds. I need 3 concrete solutions this kid can go home and deal with. Give him 3 things he can do starting today. And the kids go to work. The 4 minutes and 12 seconds. I flip on the music. They get creative. They get resourceful. They write out some ideas. At the end of 4 minutes, 12 seconds, I turn the music off. I roll the butcher paper up into a tube. I put a rubber band around it, and I hand it to the kid. I said, there you go, man. You've got like 90 solutions. Go fix your life. And so the kid takes it, and I tell him, listen, man, we want a full report starting tomorrow. We want an update on how you're going to tackle this thing, man. Go make it happen. And then we start with class. And I know some teachers think, man, that takes so much time. It really doesn't. It doesn't take time. It's not like a time expenditure. It's like a time investment. We're going to save so much time. When you have a class like that, there's no behavioral issues. There's not problems. Kids, they're so focused and attentive after an exercise with a classroom family like that. Now, before you do this, let me make this one recommendation to you. Do it for yourself. Like, model what it looks like. Say, hey, listen, man, I've got this challenge that's going on in my life. Here's a project I've been working on in school. I need some help finding a solution. Talk about reading the label from inside the bottle. That's hard, man. That's impossible. I need your help. Get the butcher paper out. Let them brainstorm for you. Show them what it looks like. That it's okay to share, man. It's okay to have a mistake or a challenge or something you're up against. Demonstrate what it looks like. Model that, what it looks like. Be vulnerable and open to suggestion. And then for the next few days, come back and talk to your kids about how you're making it happen, how you're using those solutions. Show them what it looks like to be appreciative and excited to tackle that mistake. All right. I think I've rambled. We'll see.